Okay. Another number that we need to track is knowing your customer acquisition costs. So when you're spending money on these marketing campaigns and spending money on lead generation, do you know how much each customer costs to acquire them? Cash on cash return is another thing that I know Chad's going to talk about in the entrepreneur scorecard. We have to measure every marketing dollar. We have to know for every dollar we spend on marketing, what are we getting back? So we talk here about aiming for a 3-to-1 minimum return on marketing investment. So we want to scale the channels that produce the highest ROI. And if we're not tracking those metrics, how do we know? How do we know when to adjust if something's not performing at that level, when something is, that we can move our resources, move our money, time, and energy into those that are getting us that higher cash on cash return? So the most successful entrepreneurs are very strategic about their marketing as an investment and not as an expense. And we want to measure those results religiously and pay attention and know what works and double down. All right, pillar number 3. This one's my personal favorite, systems and automation. I am a whiteboard kind of girl. Standard operating procedures create efficient operations. And when we can apply that discipline to our business through systems and automations, we can scale so much more efficiently. So if you're performing everything manually, and most businesses are, you are eating up your time, you've got inconsistent results, and everything again is dependent on you. I want you to take a couple seconds and think, how many tasks each day am I performing over and over again? And how many of those could be automated? Okay. Another thing we want to look at is documented systems. Again, things that you are doing on a regular basis. How are you tracking those processes so that they can be repeatable and less dependent on you? Do you have those documented? Do you have those processes as standard operating procedures so that you can easily transfer those responsibilities to someone else, train new team members, VAs? If it's clearly documented and it's able to duplicate, then you are then buying back your time as a business owner. Back to the automated processes, it makes everything so much more efficient, scalable, and you get a significantly higher business value because you're able to serve that many more people and take those manual tasks off your plate. So every manual process in your business costs you so much more than you realize. So you're going to end up, by automating your business and those manual tasks, reducing your labor costs. You're going to minimize errors. It's going to protect your profit margin. And, I'll say too, you've heard it before, the fortune is in the follow-up. How many times have we forgotten to follow up with the lead? We got somebody who's like, I'm going to follow up with you on X day. Or you've thought to yourself, they didn't say yes today, but I'm going to follow up with them in a couple weeks and stay on top of them. And then things just slip through the cracks. Something pops up. You forgot. Maybe even if you're like me, it got put on your calendar, but you were busy doing something else and you forgot to do it. And it just gets lost. We can automate those things. We can create systems and workflows that keep us in touch with our clients without us manually having to do anything. And that is where we're going to recoup some lost income because we are staying connected with our clients, staying in front of them. And I know they used to say it was 7 or 8 touch points to get someone to convert, and now it's up to 30 something touch points with all the AI and social media. So we're building trust with our clients when we keep our commitments, when we stay in front of them, when we're giving them valuable information and we know, or they know, that we're there. So businesses with all of these documented processes, automated systems, they are going to sell for 3 to 5 times more than other businesses that are dependent on the owner. How could I go in and buy a business that is reliant on the owner when the owner is leaving? Why would I do that? Okay, this is going to directly impact your long-term wealth creation.